Right, so today I want to talk about this issue, and this is also, again, not Canadian news, but it's very relevant, and I do like hitting on some of this kind of stuff because it's a good example or good example to use, and it's stuff that when I try and make my point, it kind of backs up my beliefs or my views in a lot of ways, and I'm always trying to adapt and to continue to back those stuff up with facts and whatnot and always looking for contradictory information, all this kind of stuff. But I want to talk about this story at a national review, and it was a Gallup survey that found that American satisfaction with race relations has increased 14% since Trump came into office. Now, why is this such a big issue? And again, racism and all this kind of stuff is a big issue in Canada. You have the liberals accusing everyone that disagrees with them of being racist. So I wanted to talk about it because it's stuff that clearly contradicts the liberals and in the states the Democrats' official position on this kind of stuff. And so, what is the position? Their position is that people on the right tend to be, or a lot of people's positions, everyone on the right. I have seen a lot of people on the left that believe this. So I don't say that it's always just one person. No, there's a lot of people that literally think everyone who disagrees with them is racist, who literally thinks that if you don't want open borders, you're racist. All this kind of, I mean, if you don't want coronavirus or you don't want to eat bats, you're racist. There's literally been people saying that. But this contradicts the left because the left seems to think that Trump is this horrible racist, but yet why are race relations getting better? And the left also thinks that Obama was this great guy for race relations and that, having a black guy as president is going to be so good for race relations, even though they're a lot worse than they were under Trump. And again, the one thing that I always point out when it comes to this kind of stuff, if you had the mainstream media constantly talking 24/7 about how great Trump was for race relations, this number would probably be another 10-15% higher. And I would bet money on that. And yet, even after the media constantly bombarding people with how racist Trump is, the numbers are still way up. And what people would ask, well, why are the numbers way up? Well, number one, because black employment or unemployment is way down. It's at record low. So any black person that has a good ability to think critically was going to be like, hey, I got a job under Trump. I'm making better money, or at least I have a job now. And they put two and two together that hey, under the Democrats I didn't have a job, most of my friends didn't have a job, or we're not making as much as we are now, and they're putting two and two together, and it also helps the people like Candace Owens and those kind of people that are black conservatives. Kanye West, I think, is a good example of that too, that have questioned the liberal narrative that hey, like we've been like blacks have been voting Democrat, overwhelmingly for generations, and has it helped them? Like, not really. It hasn't helped them. So that's something that people are hopefully starting to wake up. Now, I don't know if there'll ever be a day where blacks vote majority conservative or majority to the right, but they don't have to. Like, they don't necessarily have to. Like, if Trump can get 5-10% more of the black vote than he did last election, that's going to be enough to sway things. And I don't see any way Trump loses at this point other than the Democrats cheating. Now, they've already, more than likely, I think anybody with a brain can know that they already cheated the Iowa caucus, which went on yesterday, or sorry, not yesterday, on the 3rd, and it's still going on the 4th now. Um, but that's the only way Trump's gonna lose. But that's a different issue. Um, the big thing about this is that it really proves the Democrats and the Liberals in Canada and the NDP in Canada their theory that right wing governments are terrible, they're terrible racists, and they're terrible for race relations. And their theory that, oh, we care so much about the little guy, we care so much about the minorities. They don't. The reason why they always get the minority vote is that minorities are more prone to having their vote swayed by promising free stuff, by promising increased taxes, by all this kind of stuff. And in the states, a lot of the Hispanics are swayed by the Democrats wanting open borders now. Even though they claim they don't want open borders, they want to implement policies that essentially are open borders. So don't let them fool you when they tell you, oh, we don't want open borders. Yeah, you do. But anyways, this is a very big issue, and I just wanted to talk about it because it's something that, like, if someone would have told you that when Trump got elected, they'd probably laugh at you, even a lot of conservatives. But yet, here it is. And the one thing that I wanted to point out too is that although I have plenty of things I'm critical of Trump for, you have to, anyone who's skeptical of Trump has to admit that he's done a much better job than what you expected. I don't think there's hardly anyone who wouldn't say that. Now, like I say, there is things to criticize him about, but he's definitely done a better job than what anyone has expected. The economy's great, unemployment's way down, everything's doing pretty good. I definitely think that they should cut down on the debt. They should completely pull out of the Middle East. Those are probably the two biggest issues that I would criticize him on. But he's doing a pretty good job. Like compared to the Trudeau government, you got unemployment about half as what it is in Canada. I think Canada it's about 5.5%. In the U.S. it's about 3, so almost half. The economy is way better. You look at the Dow compared to our stock market trading stuff. It's way better. But yeah, basically to sum it up, where is this horrible racist Trump? Like I'm still trying to figure out where is the racism? Like where's the racism? If he was such a racist, and if conservative governments were such racists, then this number should be inverted. And if the left is so good, then why, like I say, why isn't the number inverted? Now the truth is that the left doesn't actually care. They don't actually care. They want power. They want to make money. They want to further their own nefarious intentions and make a ton of money. And how they do it is rather than actually having some integrity, they just promise free stuff. They're going to be, yep, we're going to raise taxes, we're going to give you welfare, we're going to give you free healthcare, we're going to give you this, that, and the other thing. And in turn, like I say, because the minority populations are more prone to being swayed by promising those kind of policies, that's how they get the votes. It's very simple. It's not complicated. People who try and complicate it are they're just trying to manipulate you. Like I say, yeah, there's exceptions, but it doesn't matter. Um, Anyways, I think that's about it as far as this video goes. I wanted to make a video about it because it's something that's very surprising, and it's a very good argument to use when your liberal friends or family members pull out the Trump is racist and conservatives are racist argument, because this is a clear and obvious contradiction. And the last thing I'd point out too is that Gallup is not biased, so please don't make that argument. But anyways, if you like the video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more.